What's the next step? Are you going to sweep it under the rug until a mass shooting happens here, again in Nashville, or anywhere this person might go? And then it should fall on your head. You know, we have to start paying attention to our children, our family members, the people in our lives, when they are making threats and you know that they're capable of doing something like this, and even the judicial system. What are we going to do when these people come forth before you and you know that they have a history of doing things like this? They have a criminal background, and you know that they're not in their right minds. You throw them right back in society, and then something like this happens. You still let them obtain a gun license. You only give them a slap on the wrist. And that's another thing that trips me out. You can kill somebody for manslaughter and only get 5 to 6 years. You can sell dope and get double digits. Get 20 years, which is all still this bad. It's all bad. But how is it that you can take someone's life and then say you're crazy and only go, do some time, and you don't even really go to jail because they're going to put you in the crazy house. But you've killed 20 people, 5 people, 4 people, whatever it is, and then say you're crazy because you have a good team of attorneys, or your family's well known, or you got money, or whatever the case may be. And then you only get a slap on the wrist for manslaughter. But you go and pick up some weed or whatever it is that you might be selling. You're getting thrown under the jailhouse. Centoya Brown was let out today. She went to jail in 2005. Well, she was found guilty in 2005 for allegedly defending herself. They gave her life at 16. But you have these mass shooters that haven't even been convicted yet that has committed crimes. You know what they do when they send them to jail? They cover their faces. They put body armor on them. They keep the record sealed. But then you have somebody like a 16-year-old girl that was allegedly defending herself get life. And so many people had to fight for her before she can even get out, Her life will never be the same, but it was taken from her. And I'm not saying that the person she killed or whatever didn't deserve to live. So please don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is the judicial system is so backwards when it comes to being for the people, as that, they say, we are for the people. Who gives those people that sit on that jury so much right to determine your fate? They pick people out of everywhere. They pick you off the street. They pick you from God knows where. As soon as you register your name, you register to vote, you go into a pool and they select you to be on the jury. And now my life is in your hands because you may feel like I'm telling a lie. The evidence may show difference. All it takes is for some people to sit in front of me and judge me based off of what they think is what they feel is true. Excuse me. And then you have this judge that has so much power that if he's having a bad day, your life is gone if that's what you feel like doing. It's all messed up. It is all, the world that we live in today. It is all the way screwed up, So all we can do, and like I said, I'm a prayer. I believe in God. A lot of people believe in whoever you pray to. Your faith needs to be stronger, and you need to get in tune with your family. You need to know what's going on with your community. Know who's around you. Know your neighbors. You need to get online and you need to do a search. Find out who the person in 4411 is. Who the person in 4443 is. Know your community. Know the people you work with. Know the backgrounds of those people. Know you never know what a person is capable of doing, but hey, if you got the heads up that this person may be a pedophile, or this person may already been to jail for assault, or this or that and the third, at least you know that this is capable of happening instead of being in the blind side. That's your exit strategy. Always have an exit strategy for you, your family, inside the home and outside the home. Because Me personally, I know the law is there to help you, but the only person that I truly believe in is God, because that's that's who I believe in, and you can do what you want to do, believe in what you want to believe in. And that's not taken from the police, that's not taken from the judges, the court systems, that's not taken from any of that. But you got a jury of 12 people that don't know you from Adam, I'm sorry, that's going to be the ones to decide if you spend the rest of your life in prison, or if you get a slap on your wrist because they think you crazy, but you didn't killed about 14, 15 people, or one person for that matter. It's totally backwards. It's just crazy, and it's scary because you have a lot of people that's in prison now for being falsely accused for something. And then even when you're found not guilty, it takes another 2 to 3 years, 5 years before you're even set free, when you gain clemency. It's just all the way backwards. Life is so scary now. And it's sad because you cannot be comfortable and live out the rest of your days comfortable because of the world that we live in. I got a little deep there, y'all. I gotta tone it down a little bit. I got a little deep, but it's serious. And that's the world that we live in. And it's so sad. And I'm scared for my children, my sons, my grandchildren, my mate, myself, my friends. Every day that I wake up and step foot out of this bed, I have to pray to God that we make it to work safe, we make it home safe, because of the world that we live in. And then we got people that's leading our country that would 20 people get killed. You go to a golfing tournament the same day. Now, what does that say? How does that show respect? How does that make the families feel? What you should have done was flew out to where these family members were. Let these families know that you genuinely care about their loss, what's going on in their lives, what's going on in their community, what's going on in the world. But you go to a golf tournament and you're on live TV and you're happy as you can be. What does that say? So you don't really have to ask yourself who's leading us, because actions speaks louder than words. Any way you look at it. You guys are tuned in. It's your girl, Char, the Super Chick. We are talking about the things that are going on in this world today. And actually, we have no control over what is going on, but all you can do is stay prayed up, take care of your family. And I'm going to say it again, have an exit strategy. Always know where to be, when to be, if something happens. Have a code for your family. You can't always get to 911. You can't always get somebody to pick up the phone when you call them, because nowadays everybody had a dang on phone on silent. Have a code. Sit down with your children. Let them know if something happens, this is what we do as a family. Me and my children, it's so funny because we actually do have a code. And I will call them sometimes, and they know. If I call them and say, hey, 4142, da 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 da, they know what I mean. Either you can talk or you can't. Are you by yourself or you got somebody with you? It's certain stuff like that. If I call, and I'm the type of person, if I wake up and I got a bad feeling about something, we don't go nowhere. I call my kids and say, hey, I don't think you should go to work today. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. I tell my boyfriend, follow your first mind. If you feel like this, you feel like that. If I wake up and get a bad feeling, I will call you and say, hey, I don't think that you should do this today. Because I'm a person that go with my feelings. So always sit down with your family. Know what they're thinking. Men, women, sit down with your children. Know what's going on in their lives. Go through their cell phones. Go through their computers. At least once a week. If not every day. Know what your child is doing. Know what they're Googling. Know what they're looking up. Check their cell phones. Go through their book bags. Find out what your child is doing. We have to start creating some way to, at least, we may not be able to stop it, but catch it in time to slow it down, stop it, whatever it is. But if you're the type of parent that never knows what your child is doing, never know where your child is going, never know what your child is thinking, there's no way that you can catch it because you've turned a blind eye to it. Or if your child has said, you know what, so-and-so makes me sick and I think I'm just going to shoot everybody, and you do nothing about it, and it happens, that falls on you. I think you should be prosecuted as well as the person that's doing the crime. I'm not one of those people that say, well, because it was my child, I didn't say nothing. Let me tell y'all, the police came to my house looking for my son. It was so funny. Because, as a mother, you think, if the police come to my house, I ain't gonna say nothing. No. They came looking for my son. I told them, you stay right here. I went up the stairs and I said, get your butt down here. And we finna find out what's going on. And if you go to the police department, you don't talk to nobody, you don't do nothing without me, and you let me get an attorney, but we still gonna find out what's going on. And that's just the type of mother I am. But as I thought about it, some days I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I should have said he wasn't here. But my first instinct was to get your ass down here and let's find out what's going on. What are these people talking about? Because in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Ain't no way my son did nothing that y'all saying. Ain't no way. I know I raised him better than that. That's what's going on in my mind. So we about to get to the bottom of it and find out what's going on. Never, ever have I been the type of mama to say, oh no, they ain't here. Because I would rather know that my child is safe and let me believe that my child ain't doing what y'all say y'all doing or what y'all say that they're doing. So we need to be more conscious of what our children are doing, where they are, who they're hanging out with. Know their friends. Know the people. I mean, you can never ever know everything that your child is doing. But in the same sense, don't turn a blind eye to it and don't at least check it. You know what I mean? But you guys stay tuned. And I know I get a little deep sometimes. That's why I really didn't want to talk about it, because I go, to another side of me, which is I get really deep because I'm a really emotional person when it comes to people. I love people of all ethnic. I mean, I'm just a person that I don't want to see harm done to anybody. I don't like to see people being treated wrong, people talked down to, because I'm a human just like you. And I tell people that every day when they call us, they say, I know you done heard this 1,000 times, and I know you probably just thinking, ma'am, I'm a consumer just like you. I'm a human being just like you. I don't have the right to look at you any other way than what you tell me, and we gonna hope that you rolled in the right way and you telling the truth. Yeah, woo. I do have a couple of more songs with y'all, and then, it's pretty late. Actually, it's 7 o'clock. I'll give you guys one song. It's 8 o'clock. I'll give you guys one song, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. It is your girl, Char. Make sure you guys tune in with me next week, 7 p.m. Central Time, Wednesday. And I know I was a few minutes late, but I do have a full-time job and I got some personal stuff going on, and I was a little bit late, but thank you all for bearing with me. I'm going to end the show with All Because by yours truly, which is me. So you guys stay tuned. It's your girl, Char, with the Evening Wind Down.